first book I wrote was a spell book in the 3rd grade. Because I wanted Wesley Gorski to drop dead. And it was the only time I ever got in trouble because I got caught doing a spell out in the playground.
Oh my
Tell the church. After that, I was always focused on journalism and like sports broadcasting. Like that's what I wanted to do. And then I had like a terrible interaction with Fox Sports in Dallas, which I was like trying to get an internship. I used the initials R, which is my maiden name, instead of Rachel, and they thought I was a man until I got a Skype interview. And then I found out I was a woman, and it like fell apart. And I was like, okay. So after that, like I would write stuff, I would keep it to myself, but I wrote a Lodge Affair. Like I had just been like in a really bad, like depressive episode, and I was like, I just need something to like channel something positive where I can like leave where I'm currently at mentally and go somewhere else. And it's just like so thankful for things like that, to be able to like just jump. And now I'm doing the sports romance, which is like a little bit of both, which is fun.
There you go. Talk about your Tuesday.
It's not essential.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I wrote a book called Your Play to Call. I did not mean it like that to you.
No, but you wrote it before.
I did. I wrote it before Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were ever a thing, and I had to fire an editor because she told me it was shitty fan fiction, and it was not fan fiction. And also, other pop stars have dated other football players: Sierra and Russell Wilson, Haley Steinfeld, Josh Allen. But yeah, I love that book, and I did write a song for that one. Yeah. I didn't sing it.
You didn't sing it?
No,
You
I
don't have
didn't.
musical talent either.
No, I did, but that's a different story. I told that story today. I had to get my vocal cords clipped. It's traumatic.
You told me that.
Yes. Yeah. I had like an infection fall to my vocal cords, and I used to like sing the national anthem at my school. But then I lost my voice for 4 weeks because I was sick. So I had my tonsils out at 19, and I did the vocal cord.
You couldn't talk. Like, what did you do?
For 4 weeks, I did. It was awful. And then my voice came back.
That's how she got her legs.
Yeah. Oh, sea legs? That's good. That's a good joke. So anyways, that's a little bit about me. More than anyone ever asked. Quite literally. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support.
So my husband and I, when we met, we had a blended family, and we had like several losses. We weren't able to have any kids together. So we adopted 3 siblings from foster care, and writing just kind of became self-care for me. So after, my husband's so incredibly supportive, and I basically, he put the kids to bed, and I'd sit up for an hour or two and just write, and it was just, I put in like coffee shop noise. I have to have like background noise when I'm writing, and just write. I do, stop and do, maybe do some research, because I have no tried and true, what's the word, like training. No, like that. Oh. Yeah, tried and true. So anyway, that's what drove me, recently.
Any more questions? Yes.
What do you do when you have writer's block?
Cry.
How do you get over it?
Read.
I read.
I just
Especially
write
some of those
something
guys.
else, or I listen to music, or both.
I write something else. Like, even for me, the biggest thing is consistency, like finding ways to get words, and even if it's only a couple sentences on something that's in the back of the brain, like I try to do that. But the good thing about being an indie author is like you're always in charge of your own deadlines for the most part. So that, well, I'm like still deadline driven, but
Ask my January release.
did it not come out?
And it's gonna be an April release.
That's funny. But yeah, I just try to write something else, like something I'm really excited about.
I like you, I always have like 5 things going on at once. Then it's like, I cheat on my books with other books, if I can't write.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that one now.
All of what they said.
I
There's always
procrastinate
so
on
many
Canva a
ways.
lot. Like I designed this cover because like I taught myself how to do this stuff. Because I couldn't write, so I thought something I could read about that.
Anyone else have questions? Yes.
You really do ask questions.
I know.
those, and I've considered it. I don't write them as a big villain, because they're not important enough to make it into my book in that way.
Fair.
No, I'm too petty.
They can be a random like passerby, like whatever incident happened, like they're nameless, they're nobody.
Do you wanna know how petty I am? In my book that's coming up, one of the books that's coming up, I had a friend that turned out to not be a very good friend. And the hero in the last book in my series is a vet, and he's taking care of an animal named Jennifer the pig.
That's good. Yes. Yes. I was at brunch at a girlfriend's house, like one of my best friends, and her husband came back with one of his friends, and this man's name is Mitch. And Mitch is in my new book. And Mitch in my new book has a little bit of a redemption arc. Mitch in real life did not. He like walked in and I was talking to my friend's husband about basketball, and I said something and he looked at me and he's like, "Oh, so you're a LeBron whore?" I said, "Oh, sis, what strong language for someone you just met who likes to verbally assault people." Like, I was so pissed. I was just like, I put him in that book, and he's going into the dedication for my next one. Like, for men like Mitch, who are not making up the fucking and Mitch, this one's for you. I'm sending it to you. Sending it to you. And also, his wife was there, and she was like, "Oh, I remember you. I followed you on Instagram for a while, but you got a bit boring, and I just unfollowed." And I was like, "Who are these people?"
Oh, they're me.
I don't know. And I was like, yeah. And then the wife was like, "I'm so sorry that Mitch said that." I'm like, "Sis, you should get out."
If I learned one thing, it's that bitches are rarely redeemable.
No.
Yeah.
Anything that's with CH. Bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have missed an opportunity. Okay.
That needs to go in your dedication.
Yes, it does.
For
Yes.
you.
Swear to God. Also, I hate men who like make women feel inferior for liking anything they're not supposed to.
Right.
Like, middle fingers up. Bitch.
No, I haven't done it, but my bestie for Christmas gave me a mug that says, "Be careful or I'll put you in my next book."
I have one.
And then, do you have that?
Yes.
Oh, it's my new writing.
I like
copy,
to
so-
stare opener it.
What's that thing called? I know.
Oh, sinister and whatnot.
It feels very powerful.
I love that.
But
I don't put names, but I definitely like collect people, you know, and then like for use at a later time, kind of thing.
There are multiple people that have pieces of my shitty ex-girlfriend across my entire.
I use my ex-husband's name by name.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
he
Deanna.
is not. I mean,
How could he prove it?
exactly. Well, I put this little blurb in the back that said, "Lastly, if you think that one of the situations could be written about you, it's probably just a coincidence."
Yes. I love that.
Love
That
that
is
gaslighting.
kind of nice.
Now on another like name thing, like a slight tangent, sometimes like I'll have written a name and then I'll realize, oh crap, I know someone, you know, and then you have to change it. Like the senator in this book was named Tony at first, and then I went to play a show with my troupe that's like what's in this book, and there's a guy named Tony on there, and I was like, damn it. Because I can't write dirty scenes about you, like, I'm gonna see your face every time I try to write this.
Yeah, for the MCs, I could agree with that. Other characters, no. I've had
Yeah,
several
side
people,
characters.
"Oh, are they named after me?"
I just say yes.
It's also tough because I have like 14 nephews. That kills a lot of
Yes.
names. Like they're right up.
Yes.
You know?
And then you have to pick just the right name for your XC because it has to be bone-worthy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, not every name sounds good.
So you're like reading a list
Intimate.
breathlessly, like
Yeah.
as you're deciding.
The breathless test.
Breathless test.
Alright, well, I think we should wrap it up, but that was such a great moment. And Dawn, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you. Wait, what's the others?